Welcome back to the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker. New construction at Rolla High School is nearing completion. The project means major changes for area students, facilitating the restructuring of the entire school district from pre-K through high school. We had the chance to tour the new addition with Assistant Superintendent Kelly Henshaw.
Tell us about the new addition.
We're really excited for the community and for the school district. This addition is a 27,000 square foot addition. It houses 11 new classrooms with a presentation room that's really going to be nice for large groups. It'll house about 80 in the presentation room. So we'll be able to bring guest speakers in. The community will have an opportunity to use that room as well. Champions of Rolla Education has helped fund that room, so some of the upgrades in that room are an improved sound system, projector, a large screen TV that we'll be able to do presentations on, and so the kids are really going to be able to use that. Teachers will be able to sign up for that room every day if they'd like, and so we're excited about that. The other thing that's going on, just like several of our other construction projects, our building trades and our cabinet making classes have had an opportunity to do these all the office furniture as well as the presentation room, and so that's a big savings to the district. We can do it just for material, and it's a great opportunity for students. So we hired with our 2 teachers, we have about 8 students that are working all summer to manufacture the cabinets, manufacture all the desks, and then install all of it into the presentation room in the main office. Also, there was some improvements, renovations in part of the old wing where the old offices were. There's a new set of main offices here at the entrance, and then the old offices were turned into classrooms as well. So we're trying to use every square inch.
That's great. Tell me about how this works into the restructuring of the whole Rolla Public School system.
Sure. We're very grateful that the community supports academics and the school district. This addition allowed us to move our freshmen to the high school, which is, we were one of 8 districts in the state of Missouri that didn't have our freshmen in the high school. So it gives them a lot of opportunities, more accelerated classes that they can take that they didn't have those options or as many options over at the junior high. We had to bus them back and forth, and so that'll solve that problem a little bit. It also, obviously, with activities, it opens up a lot more opportunities for activities for the 9th graders to participate in and be right here in this building. I know Dr. Pritchett and his staff have really tried to reach out to the parents of kids who are going to be freshmen, and we've hosted some things this spring for them, and we'll continue to do that to kind of ease their minds. I know some parents are worried about that. What will it be like? I can tell you this, our students, if they have issues, if they get in trouble, more likely it's between 10 o'clock at night and 2 in the morning than it is in the hallways at school. So I think freshman parents will see an expectation of students maybe acting a little more mature than they had to over the junior high. But, it's high school, and kids are going to love it. I think the biggest thing that people will see is some of the fears they have don't really need to be there.
So when is the completion date, and when can everybody expect to be able to come in and see it?
Well, the substantial completion is scheduled for June 30th. I really think more realistic will be the second week of July. And then our crews will have to get in and do quite a bit of work, waxing floors and getting furniture moved in. Some of the furniture is scheduled to be delivered the first week of August. So it's tight, yeah. You don't want to order it too soon because it'll be setting and you don't have any room for it. So that's, just getting everything in place is a big challenge, and our maintenance and custodial crew do a great job. We'll have an open house in August, and people will be able to tour it then. We'll advertise that on Facebook and the school's website as well as the newspaper, and just it's the communities, and so we hope they really come out and enjoy it.
Matt, back to you in the studio.
A new publicly funded pre-K program will be offered at Rolla elementary schools this fall. 3 locations will house 120 students in morning and afternoon classes. Leanne Minting found out more about the new program from Early Childhood Education Director Laura Brown.
Tell me about how public preschool became a reality here in the Rolla community.
It was kind of a vision of our district, and with that, we were able to pass a bond issue within our community to bring preschool to our public school system.
Now, I understand some programs have already been in place in the early childhood. Tell me about that.
We have had the Early Childhood Special Education program at Wyman for many years, and that program always ranges from about 55 to 75 students a year, and that program has been in existence and will continue to stay that way. So we are bringing in 120 preschoolers. 60 of those preschoolers we're calling our pre-K preschool, our pre-K pups, and so that will mean that 20 students will be at Truman Elementary, 20 students will be at Mark Twain Elementary, and 20 students will be at Wyman Elementary.
Okay, well, talk to me about the advantages of having a publicly funded preschool in a community such as Rolla.
The advantages of a publicly funded preschool, for one thing, is it opens up the opportunity for all children to have access to preschool opportunities. We have many, many fabulous preschools within our community that are private preschools, and at times financial barriers create a problem for families in order to enroll their children in that. So within our public preschool, those children are allowed the opportunity to experience preschool half day and get quality preschool in order to be ready for kindergarten.
What do parents do if they are just now finding out about this for the first time and they want to get their children in the preschool program?
Okay, so what we are doing at this point, since our mass screening is already over, is we will host a couple of screening days in August for families that are new to the community or that just were not aware of the program prior to. Right now, our program is full, but we will create a waiting list and keep that program full throughout the school year. So if families are interested, they can call me at the PUP's office at 573-458-0193, and we will schedule a screening for them then.
Matt, back to you.
At 4:15 last Friday afternoon, University police shut down most of the Missouri S&T campus due to a suspicious package. A plastic bag was found near the nuclear reactor on campus, and the nuclear engineering building was evacuated along with 4 of its neighbors. Members of the State Highway Patrol's explosives disposal team and military specialists from Fort Leonard Wood were summoned only to determine that the package did not pose a threat. University Police Chief Doug Roberts said the university received tremendous support from local, state, and federal partners, and that the investigation is ongoing. After more than 40 years, KMST will be ceasing its operations on the campus of Missouri S&T. The operations in Rolla will come to an end, and the local NPR affiliate will be moving to St. Louis as part of the St. Louis Public Radio Network. The university cited state budget cuts as a reason for ending support for KMST, saying that nixing the station would save around $240,000 a year, albeit at the cost of 7 local jobs. Down in West Plains, the very first FloodCon was held, an event designed to raise food and money for flood victims. Here's Dylan Lorenzen with more.
Thanks, Matt. Dylan Lorenzen here at FloodCon 2017 at the MSU West Plains Recreational Center. This convention was made due to the fact that OzCon had to be cut short because of some flooding. Let's go check it out. So, CJ, how are you enjoying FloodCon so far?
Oh, it's going great. We have tons of games here. We have computer games, console games, miniatures, card games, everything you can ask for. It's really, really good turnout.
All right, awesome. Now, is FloodCon going to be an annual thing, or is it just because of the flooding?
Okay, we set this up for the flood victims in the area. It's really meant for them. We're trying to raise money and canned food items for them. So we're looking at this to be a one-time thing, but we may end up doing something annually, kind of an off-season event.
Okay. Is this the kind of turnout that you expected?
Oh yeah, we had well over 100 people. We really had a great turnout, more than we expected. So we're doing really good.
All right. Thank you. I guess I'll see you around, CJ.
Thank you very much.
How are you enjoying FloodCon?
I'm really enjoying it. You know, hanging out with some friends, playing some games, waiting for the Hunger Games tournament to happen. So I'm really enjoying it. It's nice.
I'm having a really good time. I like watching them attack each other with swords.
I just really enjoy FloodCon. A lot of good people I've met today. Very nice.
I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you for asking. Just played my first game of chess ever. Almost won, so it made me feel really empowered. And then it's just really nice to have everybody here together, you know, after the flooding and everything. And it's just awesome to kind of get together, raise some money for a good cause, and be together again. We're all a family here, so.
All right. I believe we actually met you first at OzCon in an Attack on Titan OC character cosplay. You know, what's your flood story like? What happened for you?
Well, basically, I didn't have a ride out. And then they started to evacuate everybody out of the Civic Center because they were starting to flood there. So I rode with a friend to their house, people I just met. So I stayed at their house, and they were all girls. And so, yeah, it was very uncomfortable. But hey, we got through it. And got home early the next morning. So it was a good experience, I guess. I met some new people, made some friends, you know. So it was cool.
Yeah, we left right as it started to flood. We were there whenever the lights went out and stuff, and I was just playing my ukulele. Yeah.
The power was out. We were all coming together. I'm actually glad we were all together that weekend because, you know, people were coming into the Civic Center and we were able to help them and staff was able to help them. So that was really great that we happened to be there.
So what are we playing here?
We're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition.
It's called Geometry Dash. And basically, you just try not to die. And if you die, then you die and you have to restart. And it's frustrating.
Final question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game?
DC Deck Builders.
Pretty much RPG platform games, including Pokemon, Super Mario, Mega Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Final Fantasy. I really like chess.
My favorite video game is Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on 360.
My favorite video game is Paladins on the Xbox One.
My favorite game at the moment has to be Rem.
Skyrim. That's awesome. I'll see you around. Thank you.
West Plains' first FloodCon turned out to be a huge success, raising over $400 as well as over 280 pounds of food items for flood victims. So,
from all of us here at FloodCon, back to you, Matt.
Zizzer Stadium is getting a makeover with the replacement of the AstroTurf and the outside track, which will be complete in time for the first home football game of the 2017 season. The field and track took damage during the April flood. Officers were dispatched to the Salem Chamber of Commerce on May 30th after receiving reports of assault. Upon arriving, they found that a 43-year-old man had been assaulted by a 35-year-old man who had fled the scene. The man was located a short time later and was arrested by the Dent County Sheriff's Department. In an update to a story we brought you last week, a Rolla man has been released following the discovery of new evidence. 25-year-old Anthony DeBar of Rolla filed a police report on May 31st stating that he had been attacked by a man wielding a firearm. Police found discrepancies with DeBar's story and warranted charging DeBar with filing a false police report. Since that time, new evidence in the case has come to light, leading authorities to believe that DeBar was truthful in his testimony, and the charges against him have been dropped. The investigation is still ongoing, and those with any information are encouraged to contact the Rolla Police Department. The Ozarks Medical Center broke ground for its new location on June 12th at a site near Thayer. The new facility is planned to consolidate the existing clinics of Mammoth Spring, Arkansas and Thayer, while offering an 8,700 square foot space, including more exam rooms, a rehabilitation gym, and areas for behavioral health care, chronic care management, and patient education. Construction of the new clinic is expected to be finished by the end of the year. That's all for now. Thanks for watching the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker, and I'll see you next time. The weekly recap is brought to you by Price Chopper, Cooking from Scratch, the Travers Automotive Group, the UPS Store of Rolla, Beck Motors of Owensville, Bayer Dodge of West Plains, Hanging by a Thread, Mimi's Home Helpers, and Tailor Your Insurance.